Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another broadcast of Jerusalem's Gate. I tell you what, tensions are getting high in the Persian Gulf, Strait of Hormuz. We have buku ships, as they say, many ships in the strait. They say that it's to protect the flow of oil to other countries, but the buildup is definitely there, and the risk of Iran is rising every day. Now, I mentioned this, and I'm not saying I'm anybody special, but I mentioned this years ago, many years ago, that Iran is going to do what it takes to buy more time. Even with the nuclear deal, Iran was still working on their nuclear program, and they will continue. Now, mind you, they've already got fast-striking missile capabilities. They already got that technology. All they need to do, and they're rich in uranium, they just said they're fixing to enrich it even more if the pressure doesn't stop. And eventually, they're going to be at they're at the threshold of a nuclear weapon right now. They're at the threshold. And when you put, all you need is that nuclear tip to have a small enough bomb to fit on that one of their missiles, and they've already got the striking capabilities. And once they get that nuclear weapon, the game totally changes. What happened with Korea? I said the same thing about North Korea. They're buying time, buying time, buying time. Then they tested a nuclear weapon, and the whole program, the whole situation changed at that point. Now, Iran has taken lessons from North Korea, how North Korea bought time and to develop their nuclear program. Don't let nobody fool you, ladies and gentlemen. Iran is on a path at the threshold of a nuclear weapon. They got the missile capabilities. They're at the threshold of getting a missile. They got the technology to do it. They got the scientists that know what they're doing and know how to form it. Now, what happens is the pressure on Israel if Iran becomes a nuclear-powered nation. Now, some may say, well, Israel has nuclear weapons. Why can't Iran have nuclear weapons? Ladies and gentlemen, just review your footage of some of the leaders, what they say in public to their citizens about Israel. It's down with the Zionists, destroy the Zionists, and it's just spreading hate, massive hate, and it will be a total once Iran, and it's not if, it's when Iran completes its nuclear program and fits a small enough bomb to fit on that warhead to fit on that missile, the whole program changes at that point. Now, Israel is responsible with their nuclear weapons. They're not, they don't threaten people with it. They don't. They would only use nuclear weapons if it's the last result. In other words, if the army is at their property and fits in the step to take over Israel, that's when I think Israel would use nuclear weapons. No threats. You don't hear Israel threaten anything about nuclear weapons. The Bible says, and I keep going back to the Bible. The Bible says it lists some countries that should come against Israel. And they list Persia as one of the first countries in the latter days that should have come against Israel. Ladies and gentlemen, Iran is just buying time. I sound like a broken record because I said this many, many years ago. And at that time, they didn't have the missile capabilities they have now. They have a very secret alliance with Russia, and don't let nobody fool you. Russia wants a foothold in the east. They already got Syria. They already got Iran. Whoever controls the east controls the world, and that's just a simple fact. Whoever controls that flow of oil and those countries in the east control the world. And I got two videos for you, as I always do. I have two videos. And before we go to the videos, first of all, I have a video from Al Jazeera talking about the buildup of U.S. forces in Iran. Does this mean something? Because this possibly means something. And then we have another video of tensions between Israel and Palestinians are rising. So you see in the scriptures absolutely unfold right before our very eyes. It's a wonderful time to be alive today to see these scriptures come alive. There's great signs in heaven. I mean, just go over the gospel, the list of things to look out for. It's like you're reading a newspaper. And we've gone over those things many times. But stick around, watch these two videos. It's very interesting. On another note, before we go to the videos, I ask you to please subscribe and please hit the notification bell. Jerusalem Gate makes no money off our channel. We do it strictly for the love of getting the news out with a Christian perspective. We love you. Here comes the videos. Take care.
As the US maintains the pressure on Iran, tension is on the rise. American and British vessels have been deployed in the Gulf as the US calls for an international military coalition to secure the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's busiest shipping routes. But Iran's Foreign Minister Javad Zarif told Al Jazeera that the naval buildup could destabilize the entire region.
This is a tiny body of water, and the more foreign naval vessels you have in this body of water, the less secure it is for everybody. Based on experience, presence of the United States and foreign naval fleets in the Persian Gulf has never produced security.
America will not be held hostage to nuclear blackmail.
It all started last year when US President Donald Trump pulled out of the landmark 2015 nuclear agreement with Iran, saying it was a bad deal. He then reinstated sanctions targeting Tehran and countries trading with it. The sanctions were soon felt in Iran. Its economy is struggling and inflation is soaring. Iranian officials remain defiant though, accusing the US and its allies in the Middle East of plotting to undermine their country.
Iran spent last year $16 billion on all of its military, with almost 1 million people under arms. We paid $16 billion. The United Arab Emirates, with a total 1 million population, indigenous population, spent $22 billion. Saudi Arabia spent $87 billion. Now, if we're talking about threats coming from countries in the region, the threat is coming from the United States and its Western allies who are pouring weapons into this region, making it a tinderbox, ready to blow up.
Worried that the nuclear deal may not hold, the EU has established a mechanism to bypass the US sanctions. But Tehran is calling for more. Its leaders warn if the sanctions continue, they will resume enriching uranium beyond the limit agreed under the terms of the 2015 deal. France and Germany say they won't join the US-led naval buildup, a move some see as an attempt by the two countries to give diplomacy a chance. Hashim Al-Bara, Al Jazeera.
Israeli police have fired sound grenades to disperse Palestinians during clashes on Sunday outside Jerusalem's Al-Aqsa Mosque. Ambulance services have said at least 14 Palestinians were taken to hospital. Tensions have built at the beginning of Muslim celebration Eid al-Adha since its overlap this year with Tisha B'Av, a Jewish fasting day. The area of confrontation is one of the most sensitive sites in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. In a separate incident, Israeli soldiers shot and killed a Palestinian militant on the Gaza border on Sunday. The Israeli military have said that the man opened fire towards their troops before they shot back. Palestinian officials have not yet issued a statement. This comes after 4 Palestinian militants were killed at the border on Saturday. Hamas, the Islamist armed group that controls Gaza, have fought 3 wars with Israel over the past decade. Tensions at the border remain high with frequent fatalities.